Here's a short list of things that I wish I knew when I started using the KO that I feel like would be helpful for any new user. This first one is so simple and it stares you right in the face, but basically while you're recording, sometimes the metronome can go away and you don't know why that is. And the reason why is because you hit tempo and then also turn that knob at one point in time. And so that controls the metronome volume. And so if you're an old KO user, what you might have done is hit tempo and the metronome before to affect swing. So you'll do that by default and then be confused why your metronome goes away. Another thing that's not the most intuitive is the system menu. So if you hit shift and erase at the same time, that'll take you into the system menu. And so there's a lot of different codes that are very helpful in here. So one of these codes that I found was helpful was to change when the sync of a scene changes. So by default, it just will immediately switch over when you're switching scenes. However, if you type in 411, enter, it changes that to bar. So when you're in the middle of live performance and you change to another scene, it'll wait for the bar to end before that changes over. Another buried feature that's turned off by default is pad velocity. So the KO does have pad velocity, however, it is turned off. So in order to turn it on, what you need to do is type in 301, enter. And what that does is that will change the pad velocity to high soft touch. So basically what that means is it'll allow you to do expressive pressing when you're recording live. However, if you're also a heavy player, so somebody who like really mashes on the keys, if you do system options 302, enter, that'll change the velocity to low. So you really have to mash on the keys. Last tip is to keep in mind that the KO can only play 6 stereo samples or 12 mono samples at the same time. This means that if you start to create a more complex beat that has more than 6 sounds playing simultaneously, it will automatically start dropping sounds. And so the hierarchy for that is oldest to newest. So the oldest thing that you've programmed in will be the first thing to get muted. So keep that in mind while you're making beats. And then the best workaround for that, if a sound is dropping out that you want to stay in at all times, is just to replay that part of the beat over again. Let me know if any of these tips helped you out.